local government. So we have all the map, the entire agriculture, all the different city areas we have it, is agrarian, we are praying and planning, how do we position associated. But also we have on the evangelism master plan. How are we going to reach all the people in our world? So this job of pastor is not that in the preacher, forget that side. For you to succeed in ministry, you must have the heart of a shepherd and the mind of a businessman. You have to be thinking, because ministry is both an organism and an organization. Just the heart of a shepherd, oh, I love you, God loves you, I'm fasting and praying for you. But you must have the mind of a businessman. How do I get more customers? How do that are coming? How do I manage so conflict management, people management, project management, finance management, all these things that will teach you that you have to now learn and be a leader and be an organizational leader. Can't you see talking about change management? I said, I will not that man. It's by the man is talking about you know this are rich, that you know the because that's the life I focus on the fast. We raise the dead when you're not able to pastor them after their life. You raise them from the dead and you go to another church. So you must have an evangelism master plan and then you must be consistent in bringing up this strategy. So it's not that you do one and you forget to know. You cannot decide one ball every year or one ball every 2 years. You look at on the street. So you sit down, have a plan, have a budget for it. So that every year you are doing something that will forever be in your mind. Why did we decide that we will not do rice for 2 years after COVID? We spent so much money in COVID because our church was coming through, we were feeding people, our church was a center, we were giving food, so we said the money we don't spend. At least let's relax and then we wanted to do the road. Let's focus on the road. We did road, but God will really give us. So what are the means of attracting people? What are the means of attracting people? Number one, publicity. Publicizing your church. Whatever means you can use, let people just know you exist. Number two, evangelism. Evangelism. Let there be an evangelism plan, whether it is weekly or monthly. There must be a plan every week or every month. So do something that's saying a full time, but that's what I have problem with you. You say you are a full-time pastor and the church is not going. What can you now do from Monday to Friday? If you have a full-time job, I'm not going to go there Monday to Friday and resume. So if you are a full-time pastor, what are you doing Monday to Friday to build your full-time work? Hello? It's very simple. It's not just like full-time, you sit down there listening about God. So, evangelism number three, by invitation. Invite people. Invite people, so you must have an invitational policy. Invite somebody to church next Sunday, bring somebody to take this card, bring somebody. So you start coming up with all kinds of strategies to do what? To invite people. Number four, programs. Organizing strategic programs. Some people will come because it's corporate space, some people will come because it's secret, some people will come because it's business, some people will come because it's deliverance, some people will come because it's prophetic. Some people will come because it's concert, some people will come because it's women's ministry. Just program. Next, proximity. Some people will come because of proximity, because your church is close to where you are. That's why you have to take it. Because look, if you are on the street like this now, and you have like 50 houses in this area, and from these 50 houses, let's say we have a total of maybe our house, only 4 people in the house, and 50 times 4, 200 people in the street or the neighborhood. If out of that 200 people, you are able to have 100 of them as your members, it means that they don't need money to come to the they just stretch. So it means that at least you are sure that in your midweek service, you will have, you understand? There's some crazy things that are happening. But when people have to travel down, they think of cost of fuel, they think of cost of this, they will not come to church, they love God, but they will say, I'm following online. Hello? Then your brand and your goodwill is also something that will attract people. Your brand, there are some churches that people don't want to be a part of them. You see, where do you worship? Ringers, they are not serious people. Where do you worship? Christ Evans. Where do you worship? They just want to be a part of the remaining thing. That's what they just want to be a part of the remaining thing. So you can become a remaining church and people just want to be a part of it. Do you understand? So whether they are member or not, at least the city is free. Do you understand? Because there's something about empty chair that can discourage your advantage. So that's right. then some will come by the Spirit. By the Spirit. Because there's a place of prayer we're going to look into. As we need to pray, I know that will tell you, God spoke to me, oh, I saw you, and you know, just know that Spirit will bring people. So, then another thing before I continue, and don't forget, after community I'm going, there are 5, but I'm still trying to settle this before I go for community. I want you to deal with this when it comes to church. Please listen. As we begin to study church and study the law of things, we are going to begin to hear something called target audience. Who is your target? Who is your target? Who are you called to? So let me help you so that you not know. Please listen. Be careful about following doctrine that does not balance out the spirit. I'm a pastor, I'm a businessman. Because I'm a pastor and a businessman, there are things that work business that can work in English. Hello? There are thinkings that we apply as business people. We can't apply them as pastor. E.g., cost-benefit analysis. In business, when I look at how much I invest in a business or a product or a service or a product, and I look at how much comes from it, I can decide to cancel it based on this result is not worth it. But in ministry, you can't do that. You can spend 10 million and only one person is saved. One soul is worth more than the world. So you can't cancel because only one person got saved, because Jesus wants to do well for one person. So I think it's that cannot work when you do. When it comes to target audience, listening to this, have you studied Nigeria to understand your geography? In Nigeria today, we don't have any fixed accurate census. Since I was young, I've been hearing that Nigeria is 200 years, 200 years. I didn't know that we are forever 250. Never grow. So 200, we don't even show it to Lagos. This is 20 years, but this Lagos is actually like 5 million. But so we keep just throwing that number. But one thing I can tell you, 75% of Nigerians are below the age of 35. 75% of Nigerians are below the age of 35. So if you are now asking yourself, what am I sent to? How can you say you are sent to people that do not exist? So if below the age of 35 is 75% of our population, it means that if you are sent to anybody older than that, your market is going to dwindle. But if you are sent to people within that demographic, the market will continue to grow. So I would advise any church that wants to do well, focus on this as your demographic. Young, upwardly mobile individuals and families. Young, upwardly mobile individuals and families. Once you focus on that, your church will continue to grow in Nigeria. Why? Because 75% of Nigerians are below the age of 35. And below the age of 35, they are mostly single. If they are married, they have young children. So it shows you what's going to happen. Do you guys know? Because what I learned from those fathers in those days is that they should catch us young. They were saying they don't catch them young. So they should catch us young in our teenage years. They catch us young in our teenage years before we marry and have children and become a liability to them. They will abuse 15 to 20 years of our life. Hello. So you now realize that many of us have sat in ministries where we were 10, 15, 20 years, we laid bored. But when it was time to go, they sent you forth without anything. If you work in church for 15 years, will you work out 20 years there? Hello? Are you not here now? So you need to settle that so that you need what am I saying? Because sometimes we don't do all these things, we just assume that, oh, I'm sent to everybody. I'm not sent to everybody. So young couple mobile leaders are from number 2. Who are you? Who you are determines who you can attract. So you have to be true to yourself. Who are you? Who you are determines who you can attract. Because it's easier for you to attract your kind. It's easier. And that's the way you are supposed to learn how to do everything. So let me rush on. So number 1 is the community, number 2 is the crowd. Now what are the crowd? Because as a church, there are people that show up in church. in the, what we call religious dates, crossover service.
That's right.
They will come. Some people Easter, some Christmas. Some people will come when somebody is doing baby ceremony, somebody is doing wedding, somebody is doing graduation. They are the crowd. The crowd are a group of people that show up in your church because there is a day or an event that attracts them. They are not part of your church. You know that there are some guest ministers you will invite to your church. You know street will be full. Hello? Yes. Everywhere will be full. So that's why God invite some guest ministers to bring the crowd. You see, when guest ministers come, they bring crowd, not congregation. So guest minister will bring the crowd. When the guest minister go, the crowd will go. So the question is, those crowds that will come through that special guest minister, that special music concert, that crossover service, what is your plan to attract them? You understand? So you must have a plan to attract the crowd that comes. So those crowd, let me give you three things you can do. So whenever you are having an event that will bring a crowd, or an event that will bring people that have never experienced you, you must be very strategic and intentional to package that service in such a way that when they go out of that service, they must leave with memory and material. Repeat after me: memory and material. So what do you do for memory? When they come, that event must be tight. If you close late before that, they don't close late. Because that's like a man that said, this is the woman to marry. So you have to make everything tight. Don't make statements that are controversial that day. Talk well, be a professional speaker. Discuss success that day, motivate them. Then the testimonies that will be shared that day will be special. Even the testimony of 3 years ago, you can bring it that day. For someone to come and share the testimony to show the God they hear. Jesus Christ said, I will make you fishers of men.
That's right.
How do you catch a fish? You bait them. You give them something they like to eat to put them in. The song you will sing that day, the level of essence so that they will have what? Memory. When you want to welcome them, if you are watching people for the very first time, they rise up. Please, you have a reception for you, food, or you snacks. So that means when they come, the memory is like, that church, I like you. People will like you because of the testimony. Some will like you because of the food. Some will like you because of the excellence. If you need to rent lights for that day, rent screen, rent camera. Do you understand? So that they will see them when they are going, don't let them go memory and what material. Don't let them go here. If it's one CD or one audio or USB of your message or one of your book or a magazine, give them something. A gift, a sticker, a pen, a wristband, something from your church that will take away. So the memory and material will take away. Hello? Number 2, that's number 1. When people come for that kind of crowd meeting, you must make sure that at that meeting you are introducing something that will bring them back. So if you do a concert now, we do a concert every year. This January now we have about 8,400 and something people in that concert. Do you understand? And on Sunday we will have 8,000 people. But as they are coming for that concert, you now need to strategically think of 1, 2, 3 events that can attract different set of people. Do you understand? So as they are coming, you are now pushing it. So when they are coming, that's okay. Let's assume now that you do the meeting in January and February is coming. So you know, so all of you that come just to let you know we're having a special couples dinner or we're having a beach meeting in 3 weeks' time. They will look forward to something else to now. Some people will not come because of that. So all I'm starting a series from this Wednesday for the next 5 weeks. Stop whatever is stopping you. They share the hand for everybody. So the person is coming is I need to go back to that church. To follow this series, and from that series, they will enter. So you have to make sure that they are not just coming. You can't just be spend money. Bring guest ministers and you don't have any plan to harvest guest ministers. There should be something to harvest. So that is for what? For the crowd to think of different things because of them will never come again. Then another thing that is very important for the crowd is database.
That's right.
Data and data is a gold mine now. So make sure that you capture their data. Because anyone that sends into your fills a form, maybe the Uber code, they scan and they enter their details. That detail is wrong. So from that, even if they are not coming to your church, they can be plugged into your social media. They can be plugged into your virtual community. They can be plugged into partnership. They can be plugged into all kinds of things because you have their data. The next one on congregation. We're talking attraction. How do you attract people to? These are 5 sectors. So the congregation. Now, congregation are people that come to your church. Now, listen. A lot of pastors are making a mistake when it comes to this congregational matter. Somebody can be a part of your congregation, but they are not a member of your church. So I'm going to explain that. Who is a congregation? Anyone that shows up in your church at least once a month is part of the congregation. Why? Because many of you don't realize that you live in a cosmopolitan world. To you, Sunday is sacred. Some people work every Sunday and they are not doing the same. Hello? Our place is not flying on Sunday. So I'm a part of the church. Is television station not working on Sunday? How will the newscaster be in church? So there are people that Sunday they can't be in church. There are people that work in different sectors that they can only be in church 1 or 2 Sundays in the month. Sometimes they can't be in church for 3 months, but 1 month they'll be there every Sunday. So you need to catch up this as part of your congregation. Because these people now, they will not be able to go through a membership class. They will not be able to join the department. They will not even register titles. But they are already part of your congregation. So how do you attract those people? That's this one. Are you saying that? So we are looking at different. So we come many people are part of the congregation, but they are not committed. They are not, you know. So you need to now begin to think all these people, how do we bring them in? So the first thing we need to identify them. Some people, their wife and children are here. They are working in Abuja. They only come once in a while. Some people, their family are abroad. They come once in a while. They go to their family 3 months. They come here. So you need to know these are your congregation, but they are not part of your membership. So there must be an intentional recruitment plan for them. So instead of making your membership attraction and membership class very rigid, create a flexible system that can make them to easily plug in. Let's be very flexible for them. Then, one of the things that will make them to become your member is that you must restrict them from some basic things. How do you Catholic in those days you can't take communion? You can't do this, you can't do that. So now, Pentecostals don't understand systems and structures. To read your Bible, say, those who honor me, I will honor. Draw near to me, I draw near to you. Everything cannot be for everybody. So why somebody is not your member, there are some benefits that must be membership benefit to them. And you let people know. So you know I've spoken about welfare. So there is community welfare, there is membership welfare. So membership welfare, which we'll talk about get committed. So community welfare, so those people that are congregation, they cannot enjoy membership welfare. So what are membership welfare? I have house rent problem. I have hospital bill to pay. I have school fees to pay. And I have court case. I want to do naming ceremony. I want to do wedding. Don't do that for the congregation. You do it for the members. So when you start announcing, well, praise God, if you want to get married, a member of this church, we have a marriage counseling team that will help you. You want to do your baby dedication, let's go and register. And when they now have a pregnant wife, and they show up, they say, sorry, people dedication is only for members. Are you a member? Have you done any program? So you have to have a membership class. The baby is 9 months. So within that 9 months, many of them will become members. Because you cannot demand of people that are not your membership commitments. Many of you don't realize that in Pentecostal churches, once somebody is a member, there are tenets of membership. I'll talk about that. So there are two. When they now I'm pregnant, they will not do my baby ceremony. After that, they will not join. When they know that when they have any need, and they come to the church of say they have this for house rent or whatever, you just give them a form. Your name, your house rent coordinator, your departmental leader, go and bring because I have not so we can help you. And don't be afraid to say we can help you. Those who honor me and we honor. They are not actually with that. They are not created to solve the problem. They will go to the committed. So those that are committed to you, they are your members. Now, what you need to do is to put strategies in place to identify these people. That's what membership class and implementation structure is all about. So they go through a membership class. When they go through, it is in that membership class you will share with them your own personal vision as a church, what your church is all about, what your church is supposed to be doing. That's why you become all this tight thing. It is there you tell them you must tight, you must know truth. Not on the general public. It's that place you will know that they decide. Because if you are talking to a crowd out of what you be talking to Jesus, there are things that Jesus told the disciples that he did not tell the multitude. Today now we are bringing discipleship message to the multitude on social media and confusing everyone. Yes. Yes, things that should be discussed among pastors, we are putting it among children, and people are being destroyed. So it is in that place you now to, because that's why it's a class, they can ask you questions. You can answer, you can guide them. So you make sure you take it to represent them. Anyone that is a member of your church, many of you don't understand this thing. In Nigeria, when you go and register your church, churches are not registered in Nigeria. It is trustees that are registered. You can't register a church. You register trustees. Those trustees are the people that have been entrusted with ensuring that your ministry runs well and there is corporate governance. Inside that registration, there is what you call the constitution of your church. In your constitution, many of the decisions that need to be made must be made by the members of the church. Now, it therefore means that you need to know who your member is. So when you do those membership class, they need to now fill a form to say we are now members of this church, and you need to now have what they will submit to as a member. And then you need to now give them membership number, which will now be their tithe number and their record to know whether they are faithful or so. They will now go through a process of graduation where they will read, today I, declare that I am now a member of the Truth of Carol Ministry. I solemnly submit to the leadership and the authority of this church. I commit to use my time, my talent, and my treasure to ensure that the mission of this house becomes a reality. And I willingly submit to discipline when I err. It will be, and they will sign. Because many of you don't understand that there are things you are trying to do that somebody can even sue you as a pastor. But if you go through that process, it is there. I'm disciplining you because you are a member. How do you think a lot of things happen that you can do? How do you do that? There is membership. So now when you are now doing your workers class, those workers class you are doing, that's like the meeting of the members of the organization. That's where you discuss, like you said, you don't come to the church to be revealing change to everybody when the stakeholders are not aware. So that's what we decide. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. Once we have agreed, we have a minute of that meeting. Trustees are met, the leadership of the community are met. You understand now? And those are because when this country becomes normal and they enter church, many pastors will end up in jail. Because many of the decisions you have made will make it unilateral. Trustees not there, no management board, no membership board. We are going to end up in jail. That's why you remember there was a time the Financial Reporting Council became corporate governance that they were doing in the corporate world. You cannot be in the management of the organization for more than 15 years. They used it in the bank. Now they were saying they wanted to use it in church. That they were saying, Baba, they're doing this and that. Though it was not true, but see, that's what they were trying to do. Because you cannot pastor a church forever. You understand? And they are still doing it, they are still working on something. So you need to make sure people should not say no that. I want to know that as a pastor of the church, you are not supposed to be a member of the trustee of the church. Yes. But many of you don't know you are a member of church because you think that you have to be a trustee to be the owner. No. When you are a member of the board of trustees of your church, you have shot yourself in the leg. Because as a member of the board of trustees, you cannot earn from a trust. So if you are the master of the church and you are doing wedding and church buy car for you by trouble, they take from church offering. to give you professorship, you are a job. But because you are a trustee, you cannot take money from your trust that you have been entrusted with. But as many of you are a trustee, your wife is trustee, you also as if it's a family meeting, village meeting, you are just confused. You don't know how to measure. So go and remove yourself from trustee. Do you understand now? Now, you say, but if I put myself on trustee, when they take over my church, no. You see, every organization runs by a constitution. I'm not feeling that Nigeria has a constitution. And everybody is under that constitution, including the president and so that's the way also when you have a trustee, what you will now do is to have a constitution. In that constitution, you will now put it there that the founder or the general overseer shall be the spiritual head of this organization. That's what we have taken on the power back. Number two, because the power that is there is not spiritual power, it's administrative authority from states. But you now come and say, this organization, where you are the administrative head, we are a spiritual body. These are our vision, these are our mission, these are our logo, this is the spiritual head shall be. Then this organization shall be governed by a governing board. The governing board shall consist of one, the overseer, which shall be the chairman of the governing board. Two, deputy become. Three, four pastors of senior ministers. Five, all members of board of trustees. Are you see now? So, in order to run that church, the governing board is the highest body. And inside that governing board, all the members of trustees are members. The spiritual leader is the chairman. I just want to so this is the issue that many of people don't know. So there are things that go on behind the scene. There are many documentation, many things that people don't know. So why is it going on? I don't know some things now, but this social media things, I don't know some of the trouble. Many of the things that are happening, you don't understand. Hello, I give you an example. Many years ago, we kept hearing that they say, "Our should reserve, our should reserve, our should reserve." And all of a sudden, the thing died the natural death. Why do you think he died the natural death? Because the very minute the man said, "If you want me to go, I will go, but as I'm going, note the following." Everybody kept quiet. Who do you think owned the death of God? You think it's the thing that wants it? Fool yourself. There's a new Christian church of God, there's Christ in the Redeemer's Ministry. Similar name, two different names.
What a show.
Christ in the Redeemer's Ministry belongs to Hallelujah. Holy Ghost night every month is Christ in the Redeemer's Ministry logo. It's not ridiculous. Deep. So Holy Ghost program every month is Christ in the Redeemer's Ministry. It's not ridiculous, but that's good. Hello? Open heavens. Digging deep, that man that they use is Christ in the Redeemer that proposes. Don't read it, they are the one that proposes for the new. All the schools, all the universities, Christ in the Redeemer. Oh, the Redeemed Convention is in August, only those Congress is in December. There are some different things. So that one walks away, you will be shared, called Redeemed. Lunas Chapel, David Oyedepo Ministry Stand Boom. All winners worldwide released into the room. So you do that membership to start the company. Now, those that will end for their membership benefits. Because this committed people, they are the workers of the plan, the workers, volunteers, they are not paying them. So what you need to do is have membership welfare. Membership welfare. So the membership welfare, don't forget young upon the mobile units and family. Membership welfare. Look, let me just throw this controversy to the bottom. I hope you know that there's one branch now that they should demand to go. They say you go and become a elder one department. The church in the city of Ebima.
Yes.
And this is the design. I'm just showing controversy allegedly. So this is what we look at my face. What I think we realize now, as things go on, will be that you are not going to realize that that entire building does not belong to you. Okay, you are not going to realize that that entire city of building is not the living church. Just now, you now realize that that entire building, by the time the controversy will come out, they will not tell you that you're not going to. Because now you're telling me, we're going to bring the debts of Access Bank and the personal debts from Midway to our church.
What a shock.
So there are a lot of controversies that want me to show up. So church is serious. And many of you will just do it because I can't see church CAC, Wahala, Assemblies of God, that is now end up with ridicule. These are fundamental issues that are in the constitutional level. When you are still small, you won't realize that somebody will come tomorrow and fight you. Because when there is no money, when there is money, that's what they say, why is you overseer that are taking care of all of us who have been here before you go to town. So the committee will need to know how to work it. So there should be membership welfare. So membership welfare should be that if you are a member of this church, you have accommodation problem, health problem, whatever problem, we can support you, not take it, support. And you have a budget for that. So that the percentage of your income as a church will be put in the welfare account, and then once in a month you can challenge people to give to welfare. And the church members can now go there and work. So that's very. Then there are basic areas of people's life that you must have a policy to take care of your members. So number one, marriage. Number two, naming ceremony. Number three, bereavement. So number one, if any member of your church that is a worker is getting married, you must have a policy that every member of this church that is getting married, the church must be represented. People who are getting married in Cameroon. So once they have told us they are getting married and they say their marriage is taking place in Angola, the church will start planning budget. Who is going to go to send two people, pay their ticket, pay their hotel, to physically be present in Angola, representing the church. But somebody has been with you for 20 years, paying time, giving offering, coming, now one man and now go. You don't understand this is your members. They are not congregation. Just now, then you now buy a gift, something they can remember. Whether blender, set of knives, set of plate, something. That's for members. Number two, maybe one day, when you are going for naming ceremony, buy something for the child, put 5,000 or something in there from the church. This is from the church. Listen. The money you are giving them, they will end up returning it during the education. Or be a good church. Because many of us don't understand how that people labor with us through their life. When you is now their turn, you say God is in control. What is now the benefit of being a part of this church if I cannot benefit from it? When they are bereaved, father died, mother died. So bereavement is limited to direct family, father, mother, spouse, that's all, not the whole world. Then when they are doing condolence letter, you can go with them, send all these things are what keeps people. You understand? They are what keeps people. Then, apart from all this, people that are members of your church, when they are doing something that requires a platform to promote them, use your platform to promote them. Do you understand that? Because ask yourself the question, if I have a son, imagine now that an embassy is a member of your church, or Lucy Okuma is a member of the church. Can you imagine the kind of tithes that will be coming from those people? They now release album saying move and answer. But the two, when somebody is in your church that is a serious worker and they write a book, or they release an album, or they come up with a product as a father, because if it's your biological son, won't you do it? So if all church are parallel, whatever you can do for your biological children, you should be able to do for spiritual children. So if a son has just maybe you come, oh praise God, one of our members here have written a book. Brother John, stand up, let's appreciate. Is now an author, is the title of the book. Very powerful. He's been with us for 10 years, a very faithful brother. Let's support him, go to the book, so get the book. Whether they buy you, they don't buy you, it's a sign that this church academics need to announce my book. But many times they will not be making and this people know that only pastors who can be announced. What's that? At the end of the day, you are creating a culture that will end up making people feel that they don't have a place. Next, the call. Okay, let me do one more on the committed. Please, you need to start a culture of workers. If you can have workers class and workers training, then you can have workers appreciation or workers banquet. So let it be a culture every December. Gather all the workers together. Yeah? Every December, gather all the workers together. That is part of what we make it so. Let me just tell you what we do. So in our church, everybody knows that workers banquet in December. It's the first Sunday of December. Depending on if you don't have a facility, you can do it also. If you have a facility, yeah, it's better answer. Now, if you want to rent it, one I already have before. So now, first Sunday of every year we do that. But in January, we have workers class. The first 2 Saturdays of January is workers class, then every quarter. So we do January, April, July, October, and then. So during that January workers class, we tell them, for you to qualify for that December banquet, you must have 70% attendance in your department and in your association. So it is your departmental leader and your association coordinator that will give us the list of people that qualify for the banquet in November. So January to October is what we use to rate your faithfulness for that year. By November, they give us the list of the cover to forget by December. Because when you come in December, you don't know what you are just here for the last. Full banquet, full buffet, gisting, conferencing, you give everybody a appreciation letter. It's just every year, if you have money, you can begin to give gifts in time. And every year, people look for Christians are so boring. They don't go to club, they don't go to party, they don't have friends, nobody is inviting them anywhere. At least once in a year, they have a little bit of the also. Sit down, relax, dance, and enjoy themselves. So let people call. So the call are your ministers. These are the people that you have poured oil on their head. The people you have laid hands on to handle department and handle different aspects for you. So this call are the people pastoring the church with you and doing the work of ministry with you. So for this group of people, you now need to have something that you will do that will help all of them to also stay committed and be appreciated. So let me run through it. Don't forget we're talking attraction. So how do you attract these people now? They're already there, but you want to keep them. Number one, allowance. Wardrobe allowance.
Who is right?
Wardrobe allowance. There are pastors, evangelists, ministers, and workers, and people that work with you. They are not on salary. But let me tell you something. How much is a TM green shirt? How much is a native cloth? How much are designer t-shirts? So you can now decide to say, okay, we have 50 or 30 pastors and workers. We start with 50 people. We are going to do what? We're going to appreciate them once a year. So apart from banquet for the committed people, which you do the call, you can now decide to say, okay, this is my pastor, so I'll give them a good allowance. So if you have 5 pastors, for instance, and you decide to say, okay, this is my 5 pastors, 200,000 will be wardrobe allowance for them. That's 200,000 and that's 1 million. Now, if somebody is getting 200,000 every year to change their wardrobe, you will still make a difference to them. You understand? And it shows them that these people care. Because think about it, that's why I say you think like a businessman. Imagine now that somebody is working in a company and that person is earning 360. And that person has been paying tithe of 36,000 every month. Apart from offering, apart from special seed. Just use their tithe alone. If somebody gives you that 6,000 times 12, the person has given you about 500,000. If out of that 500,000, you now carry 50,000 to appreciate them once in a year, is it too much? No. Because by now using 50 to appreciate them, you are sure that next year another 500 is coming. then you increase the size. So you have to be thinking beyond just prayer. Hello? Right. So let's run through the second aspect. Retention. Now that you have gathered the people, how do you retain them? So we have said that people come to the church through what? Publicity, evangelism, programs, invitation, proximity, and spirit. But there's something called the back door of the church. As they come, they also go. And you realize that sometimes you have a lot of people coming to your church, when you look out again, they are gone. So let's look at a few principles that you need to understand so that you're not be frustrating yourself. Number one, the in and out principle. The in and out principle. This principle are lesson one. All living things grow, and you breathe in and bring out. You breathe in and bring out. You eat, you defecate. You drink water, you move. So in and out is the principle of life. If you have a church, people are coming to your church and nobody is leaving your church. You are not a living church, you are a dead church. So that people are living is not a bad thing. People must live. Hello? You understand that people must live. Because if people are coming, they will get ambition, they will go. They will get married, they will go. They will get a job, they will go. They will build a house, they will go. So there's nothing wrong with people coming and going. People must come, people must go. Because some people are only in your church because they are here for your service. Some people are only in your church because they have a job there. When they are transferred to the north, they are gone. So don't think that they are left. Then maybe I'm saying, no, it's life. People come, people go. But listen, as people are coming and people are going, your church must continue to grow. So if people are coming and going, and the church is reducing, that's the problem. So now, why is it that people come, people go, churches are growing? People come, people go, some churches are reducing. Then I'm telling you, listen to this very important. This is globally settled. Every church will lose 20% of their members every year. Every church will lose 20% of their members every year. It's not a sin, it's not anything. People will get money, they will get ambition, they will relocate, they will do. It's not man. That therefore means if your church is going to grow, you must attract a minimum of 30% of your members every year. Because if 20% is going to go, you must bring in 30 to replace the 20. If you bring 20 go, you bring 20. Your church will be the same level. You will not be one will not grow. Your attraction is low. Because you are losing 20%. So that's why you must focus on attracting a lot of people. Because listen, for everybody you attract, you can't really keep all of them. So your focus should be attract as many people as we can and retaining as many people as we can. So when you are in church of 100 members or you are in church of 50 people, it's easier to practice what I'm about to say so that you'll be sure. In January, even if you cannot take everybody's picture, take a camera and let somebody focus on everybody one by one. Everyone one by one. So when you do that, you can say everybody's face. Repeat it in December, 20% of you. You are deep, sir. Yeah. Repeat it in December, they are gone. How is this one? There are people that are not, that you are not aware. Why? Because your attraction is high. So the church is growing. You really know you have lost the attitude. Because other people will replace them. So when nobody replaces them, then you must say, oh Lord, we're going to the mountain to pray. It's not prayer, it's tradition. you must make sure you deal with a lot of things, but many of the times, the things that makes people to go is what we call social strangulation. Social strangulation that hinders people from staying in the church. Now, social strangulation are things that people don't understand, especially when you are looking at ministry from that, let's have God. So what are social strangulation? You have a church, there is no car park. You have a church, there is no toilet. So if there is no car park, it means that some people will not come to your church because they are thinking of the safety of their car. Maybe more people that don't have car will come, or people that will carry people will come. The people you can attract without car park are few. Because there are cars that the side mirror alone is 140,000.
That's right.
If they remove the entire cover alone, that's 180. So why carry a car to church and lose 1 million?
Sure.
There are cars that if they remove just the steel, that shiny thing by the side, if they remove it, that's 300,000. So why would I go to church when that will happen? A guy on the island, you know what guys, they move from where they were to another place. And one of the major people in the church stopped coming to church. Stop coming to church. And the guy was like, where is this man? So he just said, let me go and visit him to find out. And that was simply that he humbled himself to say, let me go and check out this man. Because the man is not there. He's a retired central bank, and retired old man in his 60s. So he went to him and said, how do you know this? He said, that since we moved away from that place to the new place, there's no car park. That the last time I came to church, that you know that at this age now, that my bedroom, I don't drive it anymore. That so Sunday I can enjoy my Rolls Royce, enjoy my bedroom, and I drove it to church. By the time I came out, we moved. And that is 150,000. God, I just thought,
Church offering.
that I will not. You see, my dad was, we were working on the campus, we do that. You can just thought that if I cannot trust this guy with my car, how can I trust him with my soul?
You are big.
So I tell you, have been making plans, there is one land that is, we're just trying to work on for money. It's not going to be so how much is the money? It's about 20 million. And the man wants to say, I wrote a check for 45 million. True that story. Wait for me. And so when the car park is ready,
What a shock.
well, you have to say, there's somebody here, what do you mean? Ordinary car at 60 something. Someone that will labor for 40 years of his life, when he's not supposed to relax, he will think, I will be sure to hear message, I will think of car. That means you have to trust him. If you trust my brother and you can't there, I'm later on this thing, I'll be thinking, it's my car safe, it's my car safe. So that's how we do it. Many of you have your church, no toilets. So when you have money so much, it's not coming. When you bring a money period, it's not coming. When you took back, you got no toilets. You are every appointed, but no toilets. No Hello? Go to that church. Don't believe that listen to me. People go to church more by children now. Instead of bringing the adult church, do the children church, air connection, give them the ground, give them everything, you will be shocked. And how they will put their parents to church. In your children church, give them refreshment every Sunday. Let them drink coffee, something like dinner. Give them cake, give them cracker. You will see crackers. Hello? So let me share. Let me share messages that I tell you with them. Thank you to defend strategies for protection. Number one, your atmosphere. Have you ever gone to somebody's house and you felt like another person? You didn't say anything, but just the atmosphere just tells you, I don't think I'm welcome here. So you need to create an atmosphere that will make people stay. So build an atmosphere of love and acceptance. That's why we now have what we call greeters department, welcome department, ushers. It's all atmosphere. So if you go, welcome, God bless you, welcome to church today, you are blessed, you're highly favored. That's part of wow. And this special like this, when they welcome me from Kappa, hey, you are blessed, welcome Sir Please, God bless you, welcome to Kappa, we're happy to have you, we're excited. You train for that. So that like the Queen of Sheba in the palace of Solomon will mesmerize before they hear message. So, atmosphere of love. Build an atmosphere of internet networking. Internet networking. So what's internet networking? Listen to this. You see, many of you don't know that there are many of the things you are doing that was a strategy, but you didn't know the reason for it. How many of you in your church say you greet your neighbor, give somebody a high five, turn to the person on the left and on the right? How many of you do that in your church?
Yes.
Won't touch you that. That's creating an atmosphere, but you didn't know. Psychologically, when people touch hands and lock eyes, they connect. Psychology. So when you say turn to your neighbor, give somebody a high five, you are creating an atmosphere. So look into your neighbor's eyes, tell them you are blessed. This is the day. All those things. So probably every Sunday you must bring to hallelujah. Whenever I talk to somebody and they just bring somebody, tell them you are looking man. It's powerful. It's atmosphere. You are creating an atmosphere of internet networking as they look into each other's eyes. Sometimes it's okay, ask them what's their name, what do you do for a living, because your husband may be next to you, the CEO you are looking for will be next to you. It's creating an atmosphere. Those who will bring the eyes. Build an atmosphere of passion and compassion. Atmosphere of passion and compassion. When people are going through things, support them. Number two, your structure. So number one, your atmosphere. Number two, your structure. You must have an effective follow-up structure. You must have an effective follow-up structure. So we operate what we call the 5 principle. What does that mean? Anybody that shows up in your church, you must contact them 5 times before the next Sunday. 5 times. So you must have a system in place. As they come, you collect their data. When you collect their data on Sunday morning, before the end of that day, they must get a text message or a call, depending on the structure you have. A text message or a call. And the text message can be programmed. So you can program text message now, you can program email, and it will drop when you want it to drop. So, thanks for being the partner of service this morning. We trust that you got home safely. It was nice having you. We look forward to having you in any of our other meetings. So if you get that call or text that day, it's like, church where I go for this morning, they are this intentional. Then by Monday, you should get an email in their mailbox. Cover meetings to you in Jesus' name. It was nice having you be a part of our church yesterday. Also, we to people that you came and hope we are being of blessing to you. We like to know that our reading service on Wednesday is always very powerful. It's a time for you to learn the word of God and ask questions directly in the service for any area of confusion that you have. We look forward to having you. If you need us to get in touch with you, we pack it and we look forward to seeing you. Then in that card that you gave to them, it's already there. You want us to visit you, you want us to call you. So within that same week, that Wednesday now, Monday there, Sunday you don't call them, man. Monday email 2. By Wednesday, somebody that you are employed from the office will now call them physically. God bless you, how you doing today? Hope you got our message on Monday. Oh, I didn't check my email. Oh, we sent your email on Monday. I'm just going to check on you. We'll be seeing this email. Will you be making it? So some people, don't forget, are close to the area. They now say, okay, I will try. Oh, you can call. Number 4 is anything from Thursday to Saturday, the visiting team can now visit their office or visit them at home. For those that say they want to be visited. Those that say they don't want to be visited, another text or email can go. But those that say they want to be visited, you visit them and they are going with a letter. In case you don't read them, you drop another letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, follow. That was the system. You understand now? So in our church, so church is not just the same and praying. Oh, there are many things that work behind the scene for you to see mega church. So as you are finishing on Sunday, Once you get all the first timer and all the converts, those cards, somebody is going upstairs to do photocopy. They will photocopy it, and then they will divide it into all the associate centers. And the ones that belong to each associate, the associate coordinator cannot leave church that until they collect their own. So the associate coordinator is the one that will call the people on that Sunday to say, thanks for coming to church this morning. Are you aware that we are in neighborhood? There's an associate, you can come and pick you. These things are started then when you are employing people. All these are members of the no. You are employing people because they are pastors. You must give them a job description. So when you are employing the pastor, you are employing an evangelist, they must be something they are doing. These are the work. Then you must have a solid administrative structure. Not that they will call, nobody is speaking. They send an email, nobody is replying. They comment on social media, nobody is replying. Then you must have good leadership structure. They don't have to see the overseer, everybody has to start something. No. Okay, why are you not? Because many of the things they say they want to see pastor for, the front office person can handle it. So once all these things are in place, it will help you. Number 3, your impact. So your atmosphere, your structure. Number 3, your impact. So your message must be impactful. It must be relevant and transformational. Your programs must be impactful. Don't just do programs for programs' sake. Do evaluation. Before the program plan, during the program execute, after the program evaluate. So when we finish every program in our church, we sit down and we evaluate. How much did we spend? Did who spend more time? Did the guest speaker come on time? Was his preaching relevant? How many souls were saved? We do all that evaluation to know whether it is worth it. You understand? So there are guest ministers that are invited to my church before. After evaluation, we say, Pastor, let's not invite these people again. Why? Because I have a lot of friends. What is the basis for inviting someone? I have 5 reasons why everybody will stand on my pulpit. 5. Number 1 is relationship. If you're my friend, you're passing by, you're my friend, I will bless us. It's not a program. You know that? Just bless us. My friends, bless us. Number 2 is the specialist. If you have a need and you have the grace or the teaching or the calling to help us in that area, we'll come and get you. Because I don't know it all. You understand? So we'll come and get you to say, please come and help us teach our people, come and do this. You understand? Number 3, if you are a father or a mentor or you require the grace that you carry. Number 4, divine leading. If God says, bring that man, bring that woman. And then number 5, situation and circumstances. Because sometimes the women's meeting are doing, women's solution are doing meeting, they invite somebody you don't know. You can't say no because they are programmed. You understand? You are doing something, you invite somebody, you don't need to be managing everything. You understand? So those are the business. So now, what now happens is, I have friends that come like that. So when we started doing major conferences, I started bringing my friends. You understand? To the conference. So we come, we publicize everything, do everything. Okay, I say, son, it's your guys that are bringing. They are your friends. They come on the normal. But these are major conference. They don't carry weight. You understand? The weight is not there. They will never stay. At least we should bring something to the table. You can't be doing the whole conference as if you are helping them to give them platform. You understand? So sometimes some people come late. You are invited a guest speaker before, told them our place is far, there's traffic, we pick by 4. They got there by 4. The guy didn't answer, didn't pick phone. They had to find a way to go there. By the time he came out, he said, oh, I had no problem. He said, no, that's too sad. He said, okay, he wanted to have his back. He went to do all right. By the time they left the Ikeja by 6:15. I already knew he would not make it. So the meeting was started by preach my message. He came as I was about to run up. I didn't give him my phone. Because I already asked him for what he said he was not answering also. So when the family got me to call, he didn't pick. And I invited him to provide the clothes. So at the end of the day, by the time the now got to someone said, I'm not God. I said, you're going to be done. He said, no, I'll make it, God will make it. So at the end of the day, he didn't preach. give him God offering so that it's not our money. But that's the end. You understand? So there are things that you need to note when it comes to all this. Then the units that you set up still under your impact. Set up units that will reach out to people. As your church grows big in size, it should grow small in fellowship. Big in size, small in fellowship. So think of little 2 units that you can set up: singles fellowship, men's fellowship, women's fellowship, legal units, different units that people gather around. Number 4, your integration. You must have a process. Integrating process. I think we've given that to this church already. So 100 to 400 levels, 20 classes each. Everybody goes to 100 levels, 100 levels, so leave that train people so that they will grow through the right. Number 5, warfare. You must be ready to war. Listen, when the Bible says, I'll build my church and the gate of hell will not prevail. The word church there is not local church. The word church there is talking about the church universal. So the gate of hell cannot prevail against the universal church, but the gate of hell can prevail against the local church. So you need to understand that the gate of hell cannot prevail in life. Because you are a local church. The ability to handle the gate of hell is dependent on the spiritual capacity of your local church. So when you are not a praying pastor and a praying church, the gate of hell will be not will sack you. They will increase when you will not be able to pray. You will shut down. Hello? Government will put down your church. Hello? Look, listen to me. We are pastors here. Go and go and study on a church called Christ Chapel International Churches. Go and do a research on that church. When we are talking of Pentecostalism in Nigeria, at least in this Lagos, that is the church. Every man of God you know today, that's what they came from. That's the man that brought America down to Africa. That's the man, whatever you think Archbishop was doing, his name and noise. I'm telling you, Archbishop was huge, no doubt, in his grave. But what this man did, today, what that man did, I hope you still alive. I hope you know that church still exists. Are you hearing anything about it now? No, gate of hell. Gate of hell. All that happened was that they demolished his building. Just one people, that's the end. Before they now dedicated one day, he sent back to one home. Hello? So, spiritual warfare. So you must go in the spirit to break ground and gain attraction. Because we need to sleep with them, we will be God of this one and blinded their eyes. People can be around you, they are not seeing. We came for a vision one day in an area. When I started, I was in my 20s. So you can imagine. Young people, all of us were saying we're not married. Maybe we're not couple. So you can imagine the kind of church we were. So people were talking, that church, that the news about us was bad. But we did not know how bad it was. But we started praying. So 1997, God told us to do 40 days of fasting and prayer. 40 days of glory. So we began to fast and pray. And he told us to do 7 days spiritual walk around the whole area. So we're doing that. We didn't do 7 days spiritual walk. I don't have enough time to flow God to bring it to the heart. Let me just tell you one. So one of those days, someone saw a vision. I said, I see a human being standing at the gate of the church, filled with feces. Filled with feces. And as people are coming to the church, they will smell, they will go back. They will smell, they will go back. So what? We got to pray. We prayed through. That was on Friday. On Sunday morning, a lady married one of my pastors, they are very pastors in our Biafra church, walked into the church on Sunday. I was so excited for coming to the church. And in those days, we don't have back and say, everybody has a testimony, you just announce generally. She didn't tell her hand. She just wants to thank God that she has been watching this church for over a year. That she has been planning to come to this church for over a year. But she doesn't know what's always keeping her from coming. And at any time she tells her mother that she wants to go, say, hey, we want to go so that they can sleep with you, that church that they are sleeping with each other. She said once she slept on Friday night, she had a dream. And she saw an angel telling her it's time. The prayed against the angel appeared to her to say this time. So she said she woke up on Saturday, prepared her mother to come on Sunday, and told her mother, I'm going to that church tomorrow, expecting her mother to say, don't go, they will sleep with you. If she said, my mother now said, this one you keep saying you want to go, yeah, go. So both the daughter and the mother were under the spell that kept them from coming. Are you seeing something now? Or when we did spiritual warfare, saw a vision, dealt with it. God used that testimony to tell us your prayers and answers. The church grew from 200 to over 800 in 6 months. 1997. I can tell you stories of stories, spiritual warfare. I was in America one day, sleeping. I don't dream. So when I dream, it's a dream. And in the dream, I saw myself having come to Nigeria, and I got to where our church was, and there was a gate. And I got to the gate, and nobody answered. So I came down and knocked. And somebody came and said, who are you? I said, what do you mean, who am I? My church is there. This is our street. I'm not doing it. They say, oh God, was the church not on you? There is no church here. So what do you mean? So they opened the gate from that express as far as my eye can see. Ocean. I woke up in America, screamed, Jesus. So we started praying. As we were praying and praying and praying, that was in August. God said, every Friday, once every month for the next 3 months, start a night vigil. Raise our God. So we began to pray. Once a month, we pray. We come together, we do vigil, we pray. We didn't know what we were praying for. That year ended. February of the next year, that's when I realized what the dream was all about. February of the next year, I was at home on Saturday. I got the call. He said, Pastor. He said, 16 police trucks with maybe 200 area boys, Navy, everybody came to the area and decided pasting poster on every property in that place that another family has won the case in court. That the case has been in court for 37 years. But the family also, the case has been in court before I received the call of God. Before I go to the case on the court. That so all the building there will ever be demolished, or they will come and do ratification. Don't forget we pray. So 4 months ago we prayed. So when I saw them call everybody together, and they will say no problem. So we wrote a letter with our CFO because we want this land from this family. We have gone to government, we have done ratification, we have CFO, we are in church, we are building this community, we don't want any trouble, we just want to know what is the way forward. When they go to the palace with the documents and everything, the king said, Calvary, every Calvary level. That no Calvary, leave Calvary alone. We know what they have done in this community. And the king called all his ministers, called all his children together, and said, whosoever troubles Calvary is in trouble, even after he dies. That concerning this case, all Calvary land is exempted. So when they told me, I was happy. Then God said, how come you are happy? Because your church is exempted. But other churches and other people are still going to face trouble. So I now physically look at myself with offering and with gifts to go and appreciate the king for that exemption and to edit it so that I can be better friends. And he signed everything on video. After he has signed my own, and I said, well, sir, I have a question to ask you. I'm a leader in this environment. Pastors are already coming to visit me. That is their problem. To exempt my church and other churches will suffer. It's not good. We are not helping this community. Can't you exempt all churches? He looked at me, looked at the crowd, looked at everybody. Camera on his face. So he called that. He said, for him, based on who I am, what I've said, you will say yes, but you are likely to consult. Right now, not one church is struggling because of that. So spiritual warfare. So many of the things, spiritual warfare, so people pray. So all these modern day churches, you can't pray, you can't fast, you can't do that, just fooling yourself. Hello, you are fooling yourself. Now, I'm standing before you right now, what's the name? Just to let you know, I've been on dry fasting since Sunday. I've not eaten since Sunday. But I've been talking since. I only drank water yesterday and I didn't eat anything or drink anything until yesterday night. I drank water. Today, I only drank water in the car before coming down to get some strength. So don't think on the social media, don't think that forget to go. It's fasting, prayer, everything you see and your powers backing it up. There are things that people do receive that make them to shine in the room. Some people do. If you know the miracle that happened on Sunday, by this next Sunday, miracle, people don't have a the prophetic. When I start like this, you wonder, say, I'm teaching only money. No, you can't run a bigger church and they do so that people are having trouble. You're going to call that demon, destroy cancer, deal with things. So I see, your pastor fasting, you can't fast. When we go at normal 7 hours prayer, I see them, after 1 hour, they're yawning, they are living against the world. How would I know? Can't pray 7 hours. Right? So you must want the spirit realm. In fact, I have to stop at this because time is very long. You must want the spirit realm to retain and grow disciples. So even to retain and grow is prayer. Say, my little children from whom I travel once again. So that you continue to pray. Then you must have a system in place, consistent prayer and fasting. You get the thing in the matter. So the one I said have system in place, please listen. In our church right now, prayer has been going on from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. for the past 14 years. 12 midnight to 5 a.m. for the past 14 years. So, prayer meeting of congregational prayer is not enough. You need to have different